Good evening and welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope that everything is going well. I hope you made it through your Monday okay. This week I want to start something new that we're going to do every week. I'm going to reveal this video on every Tuesday, and we're going to call it Tell It Tuesdays because I've been getting some questions from some subscribers, and thank you so much for that. I appreciate you entrusting me with your questions and wanting to hear my thoughts and feelings about them. And so each week on Tuesday, we're going to talk about those, and we'll see if we as a community can help this person, whoever it may be, that has a question. I'll also from time to time share some interesting stories, and I'll also share one of those this evening as well about things that are kind of going on, I guess just in my life. I guess little pieces of information that you may or may not want to know. So with that, I do have a couple of questions that I wanted to share. One of them has already kind of been answered, but I did want to share it with everyone just in case you didn't see the comments on the video where it was actually asked. And then I thought maybe that's why we need to do like a once a week question Q&A kind of thing. So this one actually came from Gia, and her question was, you know, she has a dilemma. She has a Never Full that she purchased. She had one that she absolutely loved, and she ended up giving that to her daughter, and that was a GM. And she has an MM that she's not really sure about. And you know, there's a conflict in her heart, I think, between the mono versus the damier, and also between the GM and the MM. So I wanted to share this with you because this is something that's really very important. These purses, I have said before, are not inexpensive. They're not the most expensive thing that you will ever do in life, but they're certainly not the least expensive either. And you should be really happy with them. My personal experience recently happened with the Never Full Mono Rose Ballerine. I was very excited about it, but I wasn't necessarily in love with it. And the moment I knew that the damier eben had come out with the Rose Ballerine, I was so conflicted. And when I went back down to the store, it was very interesting because I hadn't even used that Never Full. It never came out of the box at my home, only for the unboxing, and I put it right back in, and I didn't use it at all. When I brought the damier eben home, like I did the unboxing, things went in that purse, and that is exactly what I've been using. I knew that was the one. I was in love with it. And so my answer to Gia was to go down and grab an MM and a GM in both the mono and the damier, and to walk around with them, not for 5 minutes, to peruse the store in each of them and to kind of see how it feels. You will know your bag, and don't wait until don't settle for it. If you have a bag and you've gotten it home, I know that I have seen some individuals who talk about not wanting to return a bag. Now listen, if I purchased an inexpensive bag, or if I purchased something fairly inexpensive at just any store, you know, chances are I'm not going to take those kinds of things back. But when we are dealing with the dollar amounts and the amount of time and the longevity that you will have this purse, my recommendation is do not hesitate. You have the 30 days for a reason. I think that that's Louis Vuitton's policy because they want you to be happy with this bag. And I want you to be happy with this bag. So please, if it doesn't gel with you, do it early as you possibly can, and get back down to that store and find one that just seems like the love of your life. Take that one home and enjoy. No sense making yourself be wishy-washy about any bag, and that goes for anything that's a luxury item. Make sure that it makes you happy because, well, you just should be in life. I don't want you sad. So the next one came from, let's see here. This actually came from Maria Gonzalez, and what she wanted to know was if I could do a video on the Artsy bag or the Sully, because she's kind of conflicted about which one to get. I know that she's looking for it. So I have to tell you, Maria, I'm happy to chat about them. I do not have either bag, so I did a little bit of research for you. I'm actually glad that you did, and I will say that I kind of feel like the Sully is almost, it's very similar, you know, to like a Delightful with the handle that it's got, but it does, it zips. So here are the things that I was able to find out, and here's also what I'm going to do. While I was doing my research, one of the ladies that I do enjoy watching on YouTube, her name on there is, I think it's, let me look here, it's BJ Taylor 02, and she did a review between those two bags. And I found it to be extremely helpful, and I was able to get a good look at those. Now, I have seen the Artsy in the store. I have loved her and felt her, and she is actually on my list of things to do with Louis Vuitton, but I have not personally seen the Sully up close. And it was very, very helpful to see her video. I will link it for you so you can take a look, because I think it would be helpful. After having seen the video, here are my thoughts on it. So let me grab my notes here. So on the Sully, it seemed like it was not as wide. So they're about the same size, height-wise and width-wise, you know, which is a good thing. I think that the Artsy is a little bit bigger. It's definitely wider on the bottom, which is where I think it's the most important. You can fit a little bit more in it, I believe. If you were walking with the two, you could take the Sully, and she was stating that you could actually, from your arm, you know, kind of, you know, like how you can take a bag and you can, you know, kind of get stuff and pull stuff out. You can do that with the Sully. You can actually lift your arm up and unzip it and get things out of your bag, and that's really important when you're on the go. Now with the Artsy, even though it doesn't have the zipper, just kind of, it's an open kind of bag, you can't do that. So you actually have to take it off your arm. And when she took it down off of her arm, she actually said most often you have to actually place it on something and then kind of go digging. So I think it kind of depends on like what you're thinking when you want to have a bag. For me personally, I get a little aggravated when I can't just kind of, you know, grab and kind of dig through my bag. I really want to be able to, on the go, grab something. And here's something else to note too. You know, your Artsy bag, you're going to be able to get new at Louis Vuitton, and you can also get it pre-loved. Your Sully, you know, it's not available anymore in the store, so you're going to have to go pre-loved on that. Now, it doesn't bother me at all. You might not want to do that. If I were making the decision between the two, you know, for my lifestyle, I would probably go with the Sully. But I don't want to sway you, you know, either way. Your decision to make, and like we were talking earlier, definitely want you to be happy with it. Now, she did say that both of those, you know, she doesn't bring out too awful much. So that's a really interesting thing. So I'm going to link that video down. Take some time to watch it. I think that that might help you just a little bit more. And, you know, let me know which one you choose. I'm really curious about that. So those are the two that we have for this evening. And I don't want to waste your time too much. We're coming up on 9 minutes. So I do want to thank you for your time. I am going to sit down maybe and do a secondary video just because I want to share an experience that I had at Bloomingdale's a couple weekends ago down a little farther south in Florida. So I hope you have a wonderful evening. Please take care. I definitely leave comments if you know anything about, if you have a Sully or if you have an Artsy and you want to give our gal some ideas and tips, please leave them in the comments for us to read. If you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up. Take a moment to subscribe. I definitely want to get to know you. I want you to get to know me. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye.